Instructions, dressing room. Protect the midday total momentum. Protect yourself at all times. Tokalos, touch them up.
All right, so we are ready for the show that Rohan Polanco promised. He says, look, Quinton Randall, I know he's good. He gave Ryan Norman a good fight. He has special talent. He knows how to move, but that means that I have to take the fight to him because he's not going to come to me.
Absolutely. And that's how you're going to get it done against a, I would say, pure boxer in Randall.
Round one of the scheduled 10-rounder, Bernardo Osuna alongside the Hall of Famer Timothy Desert Storm Bradley. We've got Mark Kriegel, Joe Tessitore. The entire family is here inside the theater at MSG.
You almost forgot your name for a second, huh?
I did, because I was trying to say Hall of Famer. I was thinking faster than I was speaking, or I was speaking faster than I was thinking. Either way, I messed it up. I almost had a Ramirez moment.
Bro, I watched that video the other day, man. Oh my gosh, that was one. And that was on my birthday too, man. Yeah, and that was vegan Bradley too.
That was probably.
Yeah, it was vegan Bradley, man.
That's when you were trying to make it for the Hall of Fame, huh? Get yourself down to your fighting weight.
Right.
When your teethuses was really big. They didn't fit in your skull, bro. All right, here you see the boxing skill that Polanco was referring to when he was speaking about Randall. Just knows how to use range. He's taller, works from the outside.
It's going to be a very difficult. Look. This can be a very difficult fight from Polanco tonight, or it can be an easy fight. But I know at the start, at the onslaught, it's going to be a difficult fight because of the range of Randall. He understands range. He uses his range very well. He understands boxing. He's a late starter too in the game at 21 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. So he started at 12 years old, and then he got himself into legal trouble, went to jail, didn't make his pro debut until age 21. But before then, Tim, he was the Team USA captain with Kei Koroma. And, you know, his young son died, Cornell, when he was 8 years old in a car accident 5 years after he was released from prison. And he says, boxing saved my life. One of those redemption stories. And that's what I was mentioning. He's a huge fan of what Bernard Hopkins was able to do, even as a 40-plus-year-old, to continue in this sport.
It's a beautiful story, man.
But tonight he's in against this young bull named Rohan Polanco.
And look, Polanco tonight, because you don't too much have to worry about what on the receiving end. I mean, look at the knockouts. There's only 3 knockouts on Randall. I mean, in a shot that you don't see can definitely hurt you. But he's going to have to take some more chances to be able to close that distance. Because Randall, again, he's very tricky, but Polanco's exactly where he needs to be right now. And that's close and near the ropes. Randall has a tendency of languishing along the ropes for long periods of time. If you put him in that position, Polanco can go to work and he can win a lot of these rounds.
See that flicking Larry Holmes type jab of Quinton Randall here early on in the first round of this fight.
That Hall of Fame stamp, you got to earn that, man.
There you go.
And you got to earn that by fighting the best guys over and over and over again.
All right, Quinton Randall in the white trunks off to a quick start there with that leaping left hook, and Rohan Polanco trying to get inside that 8-inch reach advantage. 77 to 69 in terms of reach. Nice double left hook there from Polanco that Randall says, I rolled with it.
Yeah, and Randall said he rolled with it. While he was shaking his head, he got hit with a right hand from Polanco.
You're not rolling this one.
Yeah, you're not rolling. Go ahead and shake your head all you want. Take that right hand. And I'm surprised at the physicality that
Rohan?
No, because look, Rohan is strong. Randall seems to be dealing with the strength and pushing him off. He's holding his own inside. Strong.
There you see exactly what you were talking about. Randall pushing Rohan back and then landing a left hook.
That's what I'm saying.
Polanco trying to set up the right hand and then right uppercut there from Randall. He's tricky.
Got long arms. Got very long arms, but he knows how to shorten his shots up. He got nice little chopping shots on the inside, but then there's moments where he just sits in that high guard, and that's where Polanco's going to be able to have success. Right there in the mid-range to inside. Randall belongs on the outside. That's where he belongs. That's where he's going to do most of his damage, out at range. See, Randall, he already knows how to defeat the system, that Mayweather system. You see him jabbing right down in that hole between that low guard and that high guard up here, man, with the right hand.
Smart
You
fighter.
see the crease right there?
Yeah.
He knows how to beat that.
Ooh, that's a nice shot to the body there from Polanco. And then he goes upstairs with a double jab.
You know why he's able to land that shot?
Why is that?
Because Randall, he has a narrow bladed stance, so he's giving you less body, so he's leaving that flank open. See how he's not showing a whole lot of body. More of a bladed type of stance he's using.
So you
Good
tell me,
jab.
if I stand that way, you're not gonna see my belly?
Well, it's gonna be harder to hit it.
Okay.
He got the right hand to be able to block the hook, and he has that low lead hand to be able to block that right hand to the
Nice
body.
body shot there from Randall. And then Polanco still has to reach because he's got an 8-inch reach advantage to land that shot.
And he has to come around that lead guard.
Nice stab jab
too.
from Randall. And Polanco's there with the quick left.
Yeah, it's going to be about fighting tonight for Polanco. It's going to be about fighting. But he cannot get careless because Randall, he's a sniper.
Break, 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 break clean. Here we go. Turn around. Turn around, baby. Come on. Stop at the bell!
There it is. I mean, none of those really landed cleanly, though. So
It's
Randall was
how-
able
it's
to
how
get
it
away.
looks.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Oh! 22 years, 330 days old. For now, we're inside the ring with Rohan Polanco, the Dominican fighter who's 16-0 with 10 knockouts, taking on Quinton Randall, 15-2-1 with only 3 knockouts. He's a stylist. He's more of a boxer. But if you make a mistake, he'll make you pay.
Look at Randall as he's moving, using those legs, and he's dropping feints, and then he's putting that lead hand out there, that long guard, to be able to keep Polanco out at bay. Good step in right there, grazing blow right there from Polanco with the right hand. That's the second level attack that I talk about. A lot of guys, they just use one jab to try to close distance. You can close the distance with 2 shots. Great attempt right there from Polanco, but it was definitely a grazing shot.
It's interesting because Polanco likes to fight out of that Philly shell, but he's going to have to get out of that shell in order to attack Randall. And he tries to leap in with that overhand right, got him right at the ear.
And he got his attention too. And he kind of blurred his vision too when he took that shot. So you saw the legs just a little bit, got buzzed a little bit.
Break, no punching.
Blinded him a little with that jab and then came over the top. Made him commit.
At the same time, when you put that high guard up, it blocks your vision.
Yep.
So with peripheral, anything coming around, you don't see coming. So he gets hit high on the temple to see those legs buckle for sure. Equilibrium shot. I hope I said that right.
You did. You didn't say peripheral right, but you did say equilibrium
Peripheral?
right. Peripheral.
Peripheral.
Peripheral. We'll talk about it during the break.
No, you know, Ruslan beat the R's out of it.
That's why he said Ramirez. No R's. They're going to call you Tim Badly.
Badly. Man.
That's a nice right to the body from Randall.
Yes, it was.
You see the opening,
Nice
gotta close
setup.
it.
But you see how Polanco is rushing in. You know, those are moments where Randall's gonna have to time him. He's gonna have to be quick on the trigger, have to time those rushes. But Polanco, again, he's changing levels. You see him drop his level, come up with a shot, and you see him feint a little bit, breaking up his rhythm. And it's hard for Randall to time him on the way in, but he's gonna have to sit and wait and anticipate. Good right hand to the body from Randall right there. Don't look like much. Oh, got him reaching again.
Stop. Break. Break clean. Way to go. Break clean. There we go. Stop at the bell.
Flurry there between these two, and things are starting to finally heat up as Polanco commits and Quinton Randall tries to counter. He talked about how his father's bout with alcoholism helped him really hone in and say, look, whatever the other guys are doing, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to work smarter. And when it's my time, I'm going to make sure that I have longevity in this sport. And he surrounded himself with some really smart people outside of the sport, really, to guide him into the next level.
Look, you can learn from other people's mistakes, man. You know, his dad has lived this road.
Yes.
And so he's listening to his father, right? And I'm sure as a kid, he didn't like certain things, I'm sure, you know? And so it's an easy decision for him.
And his dad said, look, I taught my kids this. You can learn from your mistakes, you can learn from other mistakes, and some people will just never learn.
Yeah, that's facts. I never learned, though.
You work so hard, Tim. I'm a witness of that. Both in the ring, in the gym, and as a broadcaster, your growth has been impressive to see. And here you see Rohan Polanco shake Randall, send him backwards with a left and a right hook. How can he capitalize? Can he land that corkscrew? Polanco, El Rayo.
I talked about the ropes again. Randall got to put the fight in the center of the ring. You got to get off those ropes. He likes to languish along the ropes, and he just tucks up into that high guard. Polanco's going to go to work on him. And again, it's like he don't have the punching power really to like change the tide of a fight. Now, of course, the punch you don't see can definitely hurt you, and you've timed it the right way.
Keep everything in the front.
But he's now allowed Polanco to close the gap. This is not the range that Randall is most effective at.
But that's been the problem with Randall. Like, it's like, stay disciplined, man, and keep doing what's working. The last round, I love the close because he had him out at range and he was landing shots from out at distance, and now he's allowing him just to close that distance, man. And you got to fight against that freaking current, man. You know?
And those types of flurries. You can't have an 8-inch reach advantage and allow your opponent to just walk you down. That's what you have to put out there, that stick.
Exactly. And don't break down technically. And he's starting to break down a little bit. Take nice little sneak left hook right there. Change-up shot. That's a change-up. That's a curveball right there. He flashed the jab, up, curveball, hook. Boom.
Sneak that in there, right?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. You got to remain mentally strong and physically strong and keep the fight on the outside where you're going to dominate the fight.
And you know when it happens to Tim? When Polanco was talking to him. He's like, you do the talking, I'm going to sneak this left right
exactly. In there. And he's done that already multiple times. Remember that right hand he landed when he was talking? Yeah. So those are moments when you're not thinking, you're doing something else, you're occupied. So sneak them.
Yeah.
And that's smart.
Good
to see
Polanco
Polanco understand that. And Bernardo, you gave me some prop, but man, you're the hardest working dude I've ever seen in the business, man. I'm showing you love right now, bro. The hardest working man in the business, hands down.
Appreciate
MVP. You do it all.
We love what we do, brother.
Yes,
that's what's important.
Absolutely.
And I love the people I get to do it.
I'm just trying to be like you.
Polanco's trying to be like all the great champions in the world right now at welterweight. Look, he gave us a breakdown of the division. He said, look, even at 140, I'd go down to challenge Suvret Matias. He says, that would be easy work because I would tame that bull. Ooh, okay. But he said at 47, Norman, you got to respect him. He's the champion. He said Barrios would be easy. Broly has an awkward style. He's got some pop. Haney's intelligent. Teofimo's crazy, but he is talented. So he did break down the whole weight class,
man.
And he said, you know, the best in the weight class just left. Boots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moving up to 154.
Smart man. Anyhow, you see the guard change, the guard adjustment. Now he's going back into that Mayweather-esque Philly shell. But he's using the high guard right now to walk down Randall. And it's starting to work. It's working. He's staying close enough to be able to counter now. Randall's shots don't have a lot of authority on it now. He's starting to break down physically. Been taking shots to the body and to the head. But just that minor little guard change is the difference. Give him a different look, something they haven't seen.
And look, Polanco knew what he was in against Quinton Randall. He says, look, and you said it too, Tim, this could be a long night or a short night. It's turning out to be a longer night because Randall is as tricky as they come. He knows his strengths and his skill set, and he's using those to the maximum of his ability.
Yeah, and Randall, he takes rounds off, too.
Yeah.
You know, he can be outworked, you know. And when you have a guy that can move like Randall, of course, I mean, the moving target is harder to hit than the stationary target. So he's forcing Polanco to really go into his bag to figure it out, man, to figure out that puzzle that he has. See how he's just leaning to the side and, you know, just buying time again. Now it seems like to me that Randall's in survival mode. That's always been his MO. You put him in this position, he languishes along the ropes, I already know. You're going to be winning, you can beat him.
Great body work there from Rohan Polanco.
Polanco cutting off the ring now. You see him not following him. He's starting to cut off the ring.
Now Polanco probably thinking at this time, all right, I'll take a little half a round off as well if you're going to give me that rest. And look, tonight's main event features Xander Zayas fighting at home. He'll be taking on Mexico's Jorge Garcia Perez from the boxing hotbed, a city that is plagued by gun violence and drugs. A young man like Jorge Garcia Perez, Tim, his demeanor at the fighter meetings was so calm.
Cold, like, it's almost like he's done this before, right? He's been here before. You know, it's always scary when you see a fighter that's fighting for his world championship for the first time and they remain calm, cool, and collected and poised. He had that look on his face, man, in fighter meeting. And I believe he's going to come and fight and bring the best out of Xander tonight.
It's going to be Mexico, Puerto Rico in tonight's main event. We move over there at 9 p.m. Eastern. After the conclusion of this undercard, Rohan Polanco, it'll be Emiliano and General Fernando Vargas opening the show. Just a little over 25 minutes. Hope you'll join us. Nice combination punching downstairs, but the warning from referee Sean Clark that they were a little low. Rohan he did well to break through the guard early on, and then Randall made the adjustments, and it's been difficult for Polanco to connect on this 5'11", 77-inch reach, 8 inches in reach advantage for Quinton Randall.
You got to lay off. You got to try to attempt to lay off the power, and you got to use more speed. That's what Polanco has to do.
Tried to feint him there, but Randall really didn't bite. Throw to the body and sets up the overhand shot from Polanco, but good defense from Randall.
Polanco looking to slip inside of the jab and then looking to counter. There he is. He finally found a home, but the problem was he was there. He was at home plate, and then he stepped off. He should have stayed on home plate. He was there in range.
Oh, nice right behind the ear again as Randall takes it, and they're talking a little bit. Nice body shot there from Polanco with the right.
See, let off the power. Because those subtle movements that you're doing, you're loading up, Randall ain't gonna be there. He sees all that coming. So if you use the hand speed and don't telegraph your shots, you'll be able to land and get there quicker.
There's a shot to the body again from Polanco. He gets Randall to commit on the defense, and he goes downstairs. There's that. Switching it up and off-speed shots here from Polanco.
See, and Polanco, he wants a knockout. That's his mentality. He wants to break you down, He doesn't like going the distance. If he can get you up out of there, he's going to keep pressing and try to find that key to open you up to finish.
He's a fighter that can make it tough for me.
Yes,
I'm going to be the
absolutely.
hunter, so I'm going to have to punish him and force him to come to me. So far, through 6 rounds, he's making the attempt, but he hasn't been able to tame a very disciplined Quinton Randall.
Yeah, I think if Randall was a little bit more disciplined, he'll be having a lot more success. I mean, there's been a lot of times where Polanco would overreach or overcommit, leave himself wide open, where Randall didn't make him pay, or he wasn't set to make him pay. Now Randall is choosing to come on the front foot and trying to push Polanco back. So let's see how that works for him.
overhand right from Rohan Polanco, but it's just one shot at a time that Quinton Randall's giving up. That's been, I think, his biggest strength this fight, is the fact that he's not giving up combinations. Ringside, you see Bob Arum. Now he's accompanied by Abdullah Mason, who will be challenging for a world title in Riyadh in November against Sam Noakes as the #1 versus #2 at 135 pounds meet up for the WBO strap, and his father, Valiant Mason, is there with him.
You give Polanco one shot, and you throw one shot at a time, man. He has such good timing. He's on the counter that one shot. But if you throw combinations and you set up and be deceiving with things like that, like you flash the jab and shoot a right hand to the body, you're going to be able to land on him. But he's too smart. You know, if you land throwing one shot, he's going to time you, man.
Break, my break, no punching. Watch the hands in there, watch your hands.
These are excellent rounds for Rohan Polanco to try to, think his way through a fight as opposed to just blasting guys, out of there.
And this is a particular style he particularly doesn't like. He doesn't like these guys that are, so cuties or boxers that like to stay on the outside. He don't like the outboxers because he got to go track them down. He likes guys that stand right in front of him. So he's learning. He's learning right now before he gets to his championship opportunity.
Nice right there from Randall.
Nice right
Stops
hand.
Polanco in his tracks.
Get back.
Walked him right into it. Another one.
Nice.
And he's shortening him up and being more effective
He's finding
as
a home
Randall.
for that shot. He's finding a home for that little right hand.
Polanco's ducking into it.
He might have found something.
And for the other welterweights watching Polanco, it's like, okay, now they see something now.
Yep, nice adjustment right there from Polanco. Again, he got it a couple times. Now he's anticipating it. You see, he brought up that lead hand. And now he's countering with his own right.
Sometimes a guy can lull you into a sense of complacency.
You ain't lying on that. Absolutely. Then you start fighting to their rhythm and their flow. You're absolutely right. He's 22 years old. I think he's to be the second youngest in the history
for Puerto Rico. Yeah, Wilfredo Gomez El Radar was 17 years old.
That's unreal. 17 years old. My gosh. Nice little slide out the door, back door right there from Randall.
Nice left there, though, by Rohan Polanco.
Oh, nice right hand. Again, that was a nice right hand. Randall finding a home for that right hand.
Polanco getting careless. Randall making him pay.
Bring it back. Hands are free.
Short left hook on the inside from Rohan Polanco. Not finding a lot of answers here from Rohan Polanco.
It's difficult. Randall, he can fight it. Look now, Randall, second half now, he's starting to find his time in the rhythm. Starting to understand the patterns of Polanco. Ooh, he didn't understand that left hook was coming. However, I'm just saying. And he's getting on that jab, starting to get a little bit more busier with his offense and landing right hands like that. Sneak attack. You thought, you didn't think I wasn't going to do anything. There you go, take that. Ooh.
Look, he doesn't have a lot of power.
Yeah,
knockouts, but you catch him coming in and it's going to hurt.
Exactly.
Now he's got Polanco respecting the power a little bit because he times it perfectly and makes him pay.
And then he ties him up right there when he gets on the ropes. Now he gets himself back in the center of the ring again. Again, that's experience. That's it. That's a lot of experience you're seeing right now from Randall. And it doesn't really matter who fights him. I mean, he's difficult for anybody.
He took Brian Norman, who's currently the WBO welterweight champion, the distance, so he's tricky in there is Quinton Randall. So these are, like I said, these are good learning rounds, figuring things out for Rohan Polanco. Maybe not a lot of danger coming back, but, These are the type of guys who frustrate.
You see how he's slipping and sliding and rolling. Just making Polanco miss rolling shots, turning his body. These just little subtle things like that to get away from shots, man. It's difficult fighting guys like a Randall. Again, good defense right there.
Stop the bell!
From him. Very elusive. That's dirty. He looked like a little actor, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You know who else he looked like?
Who?
Like Luis King Kong Ortiz, like a mini. You know how they do those, like when they do like that reverse aging thing? He looked like a little King Kong Ortiz.
Only you. No.
Round 9 of a scheduled 10-rounder. Bernardo Osuna alongside the Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley here at the theater at MSG. And Randall getting a little bit more confident here over the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, he got the rhythm and timing down of Polanco. Polanco starting to get a little bit wide with his shots. Not as quick as he was early on. Now he's starting to exploit some of those openings that he has, the little defensive lapses he's having.
Nice right to the body there from Rohan.
As he's trying to get on the inside. Polanco, if I'm in Polanco's corner, I'm telling him, man, look, I want you to beat the body down.
Yeah.
Just attack his body. All right? Get him blocking and defending down low. Eventually, we're going to set something up top, but I need you to focus downstairs. Heavy, because that's the biggest target.
You saw how effective it was for Christopher Rios against Steven Navarro earlier on tonight in slowing down a talented fighter.
Yes.
Nice body work.
Nice body work. Nice body work. There it is.
And you think if he had done this round 2, 3, 4, 5, where would Randall's legs be?
Yeah, Randall protects his body extremely well. He does. Got those long arms, that small frame. You know, and he's always leaning away from punches.
Oh, that was a right to the body, sets up the left to the chin from Polanco.
And the reason why that shot right there on that flank is it's fair that they count it is because he's turning his body that way. I remember there was a time when Floyd Mayweather would turn his body and you couldn't hit him in the back. That's changed now. If you're giving him that shot, go ahead and take it.
Man, if we see the angle from the left shoulder of Randall, it is a red mark all the way from the upper shoulder all the way to the back of the neck from the rabbit punches as well.
Stop at the bell!
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot tonight. A lot that I didn't know from Polanco.
It's a style matchup tonight that he admitted could be tough for him, and it ended up being just that as we're ready now for round number 10. The final round between Rohan Polanco and Quinton Randall. Can Rohan find the key, or will Quinton Randall continue to frustrate the Dominican fighter here in round number 10? He hasn't stopped looking for the shots, pressing for the shots. It just hasn't been effective. But Randall hasn't done much himself except for that round 7 when he actually caught Polanco coming in with the right.
No, you're absolutely right. Now, by any means do I feel that Randall is winning this fight. No, I think Polanco has controlled the tempo for the most part and landed the more significant punches throughout the course of this fight. However, I'm just saying the style matchup is a bit difficult, and that's okay. That's all right, because that's what you want before you get to the World Championship. And then you have everybody gunning for you. And you got to deal with every single style that come your way. And there will be a boxer, a tremendous boxer. And there's one in particular that I know right now that is a tremendous boxer. His name is Hitchens. And he's right here in New York. Tremendous boxer. And he's a lot more disciplined than this young man, than this man right here, Randall. A lot more disciplined.
Stop, get off the deck, baby, come on.
Look, you can't forget that Quinton Randall is coming in here off of an upset over Janelson Boca Chica out in Houston, Texas. So he came in here with confidence, but it's a different story. Look, Rohan Polanco, after this performance, will he still be #1 on your double stamp prospect list, or is he going to drop?
No, absolutely. He's going to be #1 because if you look at the competition that Randall has fought, he's fought top-notch competition.
Absolutely.
I'm serious. He's fought really good competition. And he's beaten some good guys out there.
And he's not made it easy for any of them inside the ring against him. So you take that into you put that into context and perspective, and you see that it's going to be a solid win for Polanco down the line. It's going to age well.
Yes. And another thing, Polanco getting hit with right hands.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. No, good body work on his side. Ugh.
I mean, where was this offense from Randall earlier on in this fight? It could have really turned the tide in his favor at some point. But then it's also the risk of when you let your hands go, you're open for the count.
Well, I didn't know at the same time you got a bull in front of you, man, that has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You know, Polanco has definitely slowed down a bit. And you have Randall that's giving him a kind of awkward rhythm. You know, he's fighting off rhythm a bit, gets back on rhythm, then he fights off rhythm again. He knows how to change his rhythm and flow.
Might be seeing a little bit of this in the Shushu Carrington-Matthias Payta fight for the featherweight world title.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, the judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, John Basile scores about 97-93. Max DeLuca sees it 100-90, and Robert Pettis 99-91, all three in favor of the winner. And still the undefeated WBO Intercontinental Welterweight Champion, Rohan El Rayo Polanco.
Polanco gets his 17th win on a great night of action here at the theater at MSG.